Pure Soul, powered by Isaac Hayes on Dash Radio.
We're back on Soul Sisters, and I'm Yama Brown.
I'm Heather Hayes.
And we got a special guest. Woo!
Honey, it's me. Loud, live, and in color, baby. The TS. Listen, there are lots of TSs, honey, but there's only one, the TS, honey. The infamous, baby. The lady of all ladies. T.S. Madison, honey. Is it on? Is this thing recorded?
Thank you for being in the house.
Girl, listen. I am so honored. I just feel like I'm in the midst of colored royalty, okay?
Not colored.
Forget all the African Americans coming.
You can say whatever you want to on here, honey. It's not the FCC over here.
Be careful, you tell me that.
Yes, you can. No FCC. No FCC.
I'm in colored royalty.
Not the colored folk.
NAACP royalty.
How are you doing today?
I'm always happy. You know,
Yeah.
even I'm tired.
Okay.
I know my manager called you because I've been working nonstop this week. I'm tired. And when I leave here, I'm gonna exfoliate all this clay off my face, and I'm gonna work on my skin, and then I'm gonna rest my body.
I got some skincare products I'm gonna have to give you.
You got some here with you?
My daughter, no, I don't, but I will send some to you. My daughter and I have a skincare line.
See, that's black folk problem.
She gonna rag on me now.
You got all this good stuff and you ain't ready. Now, we don't ever follow another. We follow that book, and the book said, "Be ye also ready, thus saith the Lord." He said that.
You right about that. You are so right about that. I should have been ready.
Now, you know I got all this influence out here in these streets, and you know you're supposed to give me a cream, a lotion, and a loofah to take home with me now.
Oh, my God.
To buff the skin out, girl.
So,
Ladies, listen, thank you. I want to say thank you both for having me.
oh, thank you so much
really,
for coming.
Like I'm really engulfed in enthusiasm and honor, Mama. This is James Brown's daughter. This is Isaac Hayes' daughter, Mama. You know that music that you made me to. You know.
We love it.
That music.
That music, baby.
So, you know, I've been stalking you for some years now.
Okay.
So ever since we started doing this show, I was like, I really want to have her on the show. And, you know, I've seen you go through some ups and downs, but the way that you handled it, I love it.
Well, I gotta tell you this: nothing is easy, and you know sometimes you have to be mindful of what. Not sometimes, all the time. You have to be mindful of the things that you do, and there are times that I'd like to handle things in a different way, in a different mind space. But I have to know that my mother has instilled God in me, you know, regardless of whatever people see on the outside or whatever they see or whatever they think about God. And she's instilled God in me. And she, even though I fuss with her.
Oh, yeah. Don't we always fuss with our mother?
Yeah.
Mama, I ain't no Christian. I ain't finna be handling these things the way you handle it. But I get over in a corner and I start to think, like, Madison, don't do that, because there are times in the heat of anger and when you are irate, you can do or say something you cannot take back.
Right.
And they'll miss your apology,
But
they
hold on to that.
Hold on to your action.
Yes,
for sure.
They sure
Yeah.
will. Absolutely. It's all in delivery.
Yeah.
And, you know, there were things that happened even in that situation, you know, with me and my former co-host on that show or whatever, you know, that I responded to a lot of stuff from outsiders that came in. And a couple of times the outsiders tried to spin a narrative that I hate black women. I'm angry with black women. I'm jealous of black women. And I'm like, why would you go and try to, you know, spin that up? And then it quickened into my spirit. And, you know, people see who love you. Like, you're a black woman, you're black, my mother's black. My fan base is big, and it includes black women.
Right.
Yeah, so why not let me spin that narrative around it and try to really attack her character and really try to attack, you know, her support system and warp the minds into thinking that. Now listen, I read all the way around. I don't care if you're black, white, Spanish, male, female, trans, in between, trying to figure out what she is, you get it.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it.
Yes.
But these days I've been mindful of the way I give it. You still get it.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But some of the stuff, after I go back and I look at it and I say, oh, Master, you you left the door open for that.
Mm-hmm.
You left the door open for that. Don't do that again. And my mother is always in my corner. Boo, think before you speak. Don't do that. I know you angry. Vent to me. Take it to God. Take it to God. And being that I don't want to always hear that take it to God stuff, I got to take it to God.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure that you didn't. So when you first started this venture or your show per se, well, let me start before then. So the correct term would be transgender, correct?
Yeah,
so
transgender.
how long before that did you start your show? Did you embark upon that and just?
Well, I've been transgender for a while.
For a while.
Forever. I think I've been a transgender. But I've been an entertainer for a very long time. I got my start in the adult entertainment field. I'm not proud of it. I'm not ashamed of it.
Right.
But it's a part of my testimony. It's a part of my story. It's a part of my journey. It was something that was forced. I feel it was forced on me because when you go out in society as a trans, I'm about to be 42 years old. 20 years ago or 22 years ago, things are not like they are now.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you think it's changed?
Yeah, it's
gradually,
but it's better than it was when I was. So the workforce was different. It was different. It was uninclusive. It was it was just and this life costs money.
Right.
And when in transition, you want this stuff now. I ain't got 2 weeks to wait on the McDonald's to clear a check for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because titties needed to be put on now. Even though I'm making a joke about it, transition is for a trans woman is now. Because
let me ask you something about that. Because all right, so my background is pharmacy. I have my doctorate in pharmacy, and I've actually
you know how to make the good weed. You know how to make the good edibles.
Look, she come on some.
You know how to mix the good edibles up.
Right. We're not gonna talk about that
The
right
one you
now.
can't
Off the air. But no, what I was going to say is I have come across several transgenders, several people that have been going through the change and have for one reason or another may have ended up being a patient of mine from heart failure and some of the things that has gone on just because they are trying to change.
Yeah.
So walk us through that, because that's not an easy.
No, it's not. First of all,
decision to make.
No. Because first of all, you have to make this decision in your mind when you look in the mirror in the morning. Who am I going to appease? Am I going to appease friends, family, or am I going to put me first?
Right.
And what people don't understand, pre-transition, you're already transitioned in your mind. It's just displaying it on the outside. And this is not to take anything from a black woman, because I can only speak from an African-American experience. I don't know about any other thing, but this is not to take from a black woman. But 99.9% of trans women, especially African-American trans women, we idolize black women. We look at black women like, ooh, oh my God. Because the first thing that we usually see is our black mothers.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we see is our black mothers. And then we look at TV and we know the struggle of black people in general. And then we see powerful black women. We see Oprah. We see Angela Bassett. We see women, Vanessa Williams, beautiful women. We see this stuff and it's just like, oh my God, this is who I am on the inside. And you want to grow it. Yes, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
And, you try to find out, how do you do it? How do you look like that? Then you got some older queens that that introduce you to the life, and they tell you, well, girl, you need some hormones, or girl, let me, I know somebody that'll pump you with some under the table silicone. Well, I mean, I'm full of it, girl.
Yeah.
I ain't dead yet, praise the Lord, but I'm full. I'm full of that under the table towel grout and glue and all that other whatever it is. The good baby, the prayers of that woman out there in the lobby. When she was praying, she didn't even know she was keeping me alive. But you know, but it was for me, you know, at what people don't understand as a trans person, you want to be who you are at any cost. And that's even risking your life for, because it is your life.
Yeah.
You know, and for me, I've never asked for anybody's sympathy or anybody's, you know, don't be remorseful for me, because, you know, this is my journey. It is what it is. So I'm going through this. I'm raised in a Christian home. I'm hearing majority of my life the preacher saying, girl, you're going to bust hell wide open. All gays going to hell. Anything ain't got anything with a dress on, and ain't got it, and you know you ain't supposed to be. You're going to, you know, you hear this stuff, and so it makes you get in a bubble, in a shell, and you like, well, I know what I am, I know who I am, but I'm gonna die and go to hell. I'm gonna be tormented in the streets. I'm gonna be plagued with. I'm gonna have AIDS, because you know we black people, well, all people, but I can only speak from a black experience. So you'll hear me say this, so people don't hold me. I'm only speaking from an African American experience, honey. You that's what they say. You gay, you got AIDS. Automatically, you have AIDS if you're gay.
Which is ignorant, but
it's automatic.
Yeah, so ignorant.
It's automatic.
But that's a danger for young heterosexual people, because if they buy into that, they're not protecting themselves. And truly, when I was a kid, 19, 20, 18, that was said, so I thought it.
Yeah,
like,
but
you really don't.
Am I lying?
No, you're not lying at all.
That's it.
No.
But I think that you're first of all, it's a lie, and then you're not arming and informing these young kids with the proper information to protect themselves going through, you know, life as they get older. So I think that's a huge mistake.
Yes, because we just tend to just make it a gay issue, and it plagues everyone.
Yes.
Right.
If you're sexually active, honey, the bullet has no eyes.
No.
But
not
we're
at
living in a
all.
time now, if people have become, you know, infected with the HIV virus or whatever, there's so many ways to prevent it.
Yeah.
Like PrEP, and then there's if you think you've been exposed to it in a 72-hour period, there's PEP, and then the treatments now, the medications now have people living lives where they're undetected.
Right.
The viral load, the T cells are high. The viral load is, you know, it's just undetected, and people are still living healthy life. Like it's changed. However, you have to be educated in that.
Yes.
And there are people that don't want to be educated in it because they're like, well, it doesn't affect me.
And they still stuck on their old way of thinking too.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
They don't want to change.
But then we have shows coming out on TV like Pose, and we had Lee Daniels with Star, and you know, these things break down barriers. And then you have my loud, laughing, and color ass always online talking all kinds of shit, you know.
How hard was it so when you started your show, because I think that has helped definitely the trans community, how hard was that to put yourself out there and expose yourself?
Well, I mean, for me, oh, yes, devil, I bind you, honey. Cast you out. Well, for me, you know, after I was exposed to, you know, the adult entertainment life or whatever, and I came to a point, we'll go back to the transition into two because I don't want to. I came to a point where I just was like, okay, this is what I'm in. I'm gonna make a fortune out of it, which I did. I made good money. I was well endowed and beautiful.
I hear you.
Nothing like a well endowed, beautiful person. But
Yes.
you know, I made money off of it, and it is what it is. And I came to a place where I was unexpectedly thrown into social mainstream visibility. It was unexpected for me. I was just doing my normal duty. I found an app online. It was called Vine. And girl, it was 6 seconds. Now, what people don't know, what they may not know, is I studied Vine before I posted anything. I was looking at everything. I was like, well, how does this work? What do you do? So I was looking at people make little skits. I was like, in 6 seconds, these people have told a story.
Right.
I ain't got no damn story, no goddamn story. I'm trying to sell my product wherever products can be sold. The Bible said, be ye also ready, so I was ready to sell them. The product was me.
Right.
You know, what I was selling. So what happened, before I posted, I made sure I went and I was looking. I said, well, do they got any dirty stuff on here? And they had dirty stuff on Vine.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I wasn't doing half the stuff on Vine that those people were doing. So I just put the phone together one day and I sat it up there, honey, and I say, new wave, 22 inches. Right after I had got my hair done. Yeah, just naked body. In the middle of the night, posted it. I didn't know what I was doing. I said, oh, all these people, these stuff. So then I went and did another one. I told them to go to the .com, you know. I did it, and my sales started to increase.
Right.
So it was a marketing thing for me. It had nothing to do with me trying to be, because I had already said, this is where I'm at. I'm in this. I've got to make these are my lemons. This is my lemonade.
Yeah.
We got a commercial break?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to take to pay some bills around here. Yes, honey.
Yes. So
Let me tell you.
I have a question though.
Oh.
So I have a couple questions.
Come on.
Okay, come on
So,
with the questions.
If I can be nosy.
Come on, I love nosy.
You know I'm real nosy.
Me too.
So when you and your previous
Co-host,
because you were doing this by yourself originally. Anyway, this was your show.
Well, she was doing her thing alone.
But you were doing yours
I was
alone.
doing my thing. We never. My show was never. Let me say it all the way so people. My show was never called The Queen's Court. It was never called that. Ever.
Okay.
My show was unapologetically you after something after dark or T.S. Madison conversations or whatever it was. It was just random things or just me just turning on my live, interviewing people, talking about topics, sharing my opinion about it. If I didn't like a movie, I would come be a movie critic. I was all of those things in one. It was just me and my opinion, which is what my show is based off. It's my opinion. She and I got together. It was like lightning in a bottle. It was lightning in a bottle. I mean, you know, she has she has negative things, you know, that was said. I was like, girl, we got to make this comedy. We can't make this where it's like angry black woman. Yeah, we can't do that. It has to be comedy.
Yeah.
You know, it could be shade. Could be we got like cute little fun shade, which it turned into. You know, maybe that wasn't the route that she really wanted to go. I don't know. I still sit up sometimes and I try to figure out, well, what happened.
Yeah. Well, because I was watching and then I watched some of your interviews and you were like, I really don't know what happened.
To be honest, I do not.
But I think just coming from a space of, I would say having famous parents, you kind of understand that those were outside forces. See, people get in your ear. Yeah. So people got in her ear and was, you know what I'm saying? Then you
could have been in the comment.
Yeah, well, the same thing. I mean, because I see people comment. Yeah,
you the greatest.
Yeah, that's why groups break up.
Yeah, you the best. You the greatest.
You don't need the rest of them girls singing with you. You don't need.
And here's my thing. I can't take away from that.
Yeah.
The girl, quick tongue. She quick this and the other. But can you have a conversation? Can you really dissect the root of what we're talking about?
Right.
And that's my thing. I'm the social commentary. You know, I'm not a reader because I'm not a roaster. I will read you for to the grave. But I'm not a roaster. Like, it's just a difference. I don't like to roast people. I'm going to read when it comes down to things.
Well, I think it was balanced because I think that yours was lighthearted. It was funny. Yeah. It wasn't hateful.
It wasn't dark.
It wasn't dark. And so I think it worked, you know, in that sense. So once things dismantled, did you have any fear of continuing on your own, or you were just like, I'm just keep doing me?
Well, when it dismantled, I knew automatically that, you know, when it dismantled, I was still trying to figure out why.
Yeah.
I was still caught up in why. And I'm going to tell you something. God is always lining things up.
We are in school.
Yes.
Always. He's always mapping it out, lining it up. I had a booking in Australia that was booked way, like, before we even thought about, before we even had that night when everything was great. I had a booking way over in Australia, and I was like, well, God fixed it to right after that thing where we broke apart, that I couldn't do anything. I had to take off 4 weeks because I had to go immediately to Australia, like days after.
Okay.
And I was working for Lee Daniels at the time doing the Star After Show.
Okay.
Yeah. And I went, we split. Monday happened. Tuesday, it was silence. Wednesday, I was at work on the set at Star. And then that's when by Thursday, I started seeing
Right.
attacks against me, and I just was like, well, what? It just was crazy because Monday was February 5th. It's documented in my brain because this is what happened. February 5th, the situation transpired. February 6th, there was silence. The internet went crazy. What happened?
Yeah.
February 7th, I went back to work at Star. February 8th, it started, evil things started trickling in, and I just was like, I didn't know what to do, February 9th, 10th, then we had a booking for the 17th, which was the week later. We had a booking together, and I was still trying to, reach. I got blocked.
Yeah.
She blocked me. I had a magazine shoot that we were doing for some magazine. It was she and I were supposed to be, because we were right a rising star, and my manager still was talking to her. She blocked me, but my manager was still talking to her because we were trying to figure out. Well, we have all these dates that we've these put together dates.
Right.
We got to work. Like, I don't understand. We have to work. So after that, we went and did the date in DC. And it was awkward because our rooms were next to each other. She didn't get there till later. She made sure that they didn't put us on the same plane or the same whatever, which was, I was listen, if you needed space, okay.
Yeah.
I was okay with that. If that's what you need space. If you needed, to just not talk to me, fine. Because I still don't know. The room was next door. My room was here. And, she never came out of her room. I never really came out of mine or whatever. And the night of, the promoter came and he was banging on my door. And he was like, Masson, I need you to do me a big favor. And I was like, well, what you need me to do? He said, please, she won't take the rest of my money, the rest that we owe you guys. Will you please, whatever? And I said, well, I just sent it to her from my account. And I was like, well, you just pay me, later on, whatever, just so that we can hurry up and get on stage. Because she was in there being belligerent and whatever. And I sent it to her. She accepted the money. The makeup artist got her dressed. And I had to go to the club before her. We had to come in separate cars, separate this, When we got there, I sat in the room. And she came like 30 minutes later. And then she came in. I got up. I rose up from the sofa. And I said, hey, sister, I haven't really talked to you in a week or something. I said, well, you've blocked me. Can you unblock me? Because, we still have work to do or whatever. I don't know what's going on. Like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, we're going to be fine. Fine. It was very that. And she was kind of like, standoffish a little bit at first. Like, she didn't want to touch me and she didn't want to this and the other. And I was okay because I was like, well, maybe she's angry about whatever she's angry about. I don't know.
Right.
When we were walking out on stage to go do the gig was packed wall to wall. I grabbed her hand because I didn't want the public to be like we're beefing. Because I in my heart I did not feel that we were beefing. I did not feel that. I grabbed her hand. We walked out there. We did it. We turned the show up. It was crazy. My mother said she cried when she saw me grab her hand and bring her out. She responded back. We gripped hands. And we went out, and I thought that, okay, well, maybe we're at a place that it's going to be okay.
Right.
The gig was a 2-day gig. We went, we rocked the stage, and then all of a sudden after, they played the Next Caller song that she did, and I had a voice part in it. She just walked off the stage. And so everybody was looking like, well, what's going on? I say, okay, I don't know. So I went out to the audience. I took pictures with all the people were there. All of them was there. I took pictures. I hugged them. I loved on them. She didn't. She maybe got 3 pictures and she's ready to go. She's like, take me out of here. Okay, cool. We went back to the hotel room. She was in her room. I was in mine. Girl, the following day was the Sunday. We had to do an event for prep for the Impulse DC group, where we had to do an event for HIV/AIDS prep, prevention. So we did a panel. She came. I spoke to her. We were having issues with the promoter that brought us there about flights. And I said, girl, is your flight together? Because mine is messed up or whatever. And we talked for like a brief or whatever. And then I grabbed her hand in the midst of that, like when nobody was there, and I said, I don't know really what's going on with us right now, but if we need to just like leave from each other, leave this alone, leave this show alone, like leave it alone, so that we can continue our friendship and be friends, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
She was like, everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna be blessed. Everything's gonna be blessed and other. We went downstairs. We had a good time. The people loved us because they saw what was going on, and they were all confused. They saw us. We did the show. When the show was over, we went outside. There was some people fighting across the street. We were laughing. We was talking. I said, "We gonna put this on the docket Monday. We gonna put this shit right here on the docket Monday." We were laughing and talking and hugged. I say, "Sister, call me. Let me know you done made it home when your flight touches the ground, whatever." I felt a relief. Mm-hmm. Monday night at 8, I was man, dudes. This was Sunday night, but Monday night at 8:00 p.m., I became man, sir, dudes, Timothy. I became these things. And we were all sitting at the house like,
what happened?
Yeah. What happened?
Mm-hmm. So how was the transition from, after you did the thing in Australia, you had to come back, which I'm sure you were bombarded with a lot of stuff. How was the transition just to say, I have to continue on by myself?
Well, then I said, okay, well, it's like after that, I said, oh, well, it's war. It's war. Like, then she began to assassinate my character, saying that I stole this and this, I was a thief and this happened and that. I'm like, wow, why are you lying to these people when I didn't make a move? I respected you so much. Mm-hmm. I didn't make a move without you. Not one move. I didn't make a move. I didn't badmouth. You saw me not one. And I'm glad that you know what I'm glad you said? You said, I watched it dismantle.
Yeah, I did.
And I watched you not say anything. And I was not saying anything because I was confused.
And it was just, to me, I felt like watching it, and I didn't know you at the time. And like I said, when you come from a space of being around fame and understanding all that whirlwind and all that stuff going on, I really wanted to be like, you don't have to explain yourself.
But
you were like, I filed this on this day. And I was like,
you know why I felt I did? I felt I had to do this stuff because my character had never been assassinated.
And that's new to you. But the thing is, the people that want to believe that, to this day, no matter what you showed them, are still going to believe it. And look, you got to keep pushing and keep doing you.
Yeah,
and I was like screaming in the phone, like, you ain't got to tell them shit.
Don't do that. Like,
you ain't got to tell them shit. Because, I'm big on, you don't even know. I'll be like fighting. Like when I see somebody say something bad about you, I'll be on there cussing them out.
Good. I love you. You Maddie Mom.
Yes. Because I feel like when you become any source of fame, you no longer are a human being. And I hate that because I had to live with that with a parent when people thought they could say crazy stuff to me. So I don't care who it is. It could be Portia, Nene, bitch, shut up. Like, you don't know her. Sister, so those are the things that I, hate.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know anything really about that type of, like that type of hate. I've had all types of other.
I felt so bad because I was like, this is probably a shock to her system.
It was, because this woman she's a woman. She has a hit song. No matter how old it is, she has a hit song. In America,
right now.
In America, she's who she is. And it's like, I felt that she tried to use all the straight things again, and out of all the vicious, evil, nasty, vile things that she said about people, it was canceled out. But because she attacked my gender and my gender identity, her thing became valid because I became a titties at the top, dick at the bottom.
But that's the thing that I kind of didn't understand.
Didn't either.
I want to ask questions about that when it comes to the transgender community. Like, how can you, sis this and embrace the community? And then, to me, even though she was attacking you, she attacked the community by the things that she was saying. And I was like, I wonder if this is a turnoff for people.
Well, listen, I've always been successful. And I've always been, online. People can see me online. And I've talked about, been very open about my... Honey, a lot of those girls that don't like me, they don't like me because I'm a successful girl. Yeah. And they don't like it because I've succeeded at things that they failed at. Mm-hmm. So they didn't see it from me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And when you see someone attacking someone that you don't like, you automatically join that team. Like, oh, yes, I love that you're reading her, you're attacking her, whatever. So they don't feel like that it was a pejorative towards them. It was just me. I used to tell my former co-host when we sat next to each other, not when the camera was on, I used to grab her hand. I say, sister, you cannot, there are things that you can't sit next to me and say. Mm-hmm. And here's what I learned out of that. What I learned out of that is I got comfortable in a space allowing someone to read things and people and stuff that I felt like I wasn't a part of because that's my sis. And then immediately when something happened, it turned. These are the way these people feel when that's the first thing that they go to. This is how they feel immediately. Mm-hmm. They already felt that way.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got in a comfortable space, like, well, she ain't talking about me, so whatever. So I was wrong.
Well, that's because you're close proximity, and when you're in something, you can't see it. I'm just saying, from me looking on the outside, as she was saying these things, and if I saw somebody that obviously was transgender saying the same thing to you or agreeing, I'm like, that don't make sense because she basically talking about you too. You don't get it,
but it's because they're talking to somebody that they dislike.
Yeah, I just, like I said, that whole thing, and it really enlightened me because I didn't know a lot about the transgender community. Of course, I've been to shows and those types of things, which I didn't look. Hey, do you? I don't
Listen,
care.
I'm learning what y'all don't know. I'm learning just like y'all. It's a new word, a new term, a new this every day, and I'm like, dear God in heaven.
Do you enjoy the more inclusiveness? The fact that it's more inclusive now?
I do, but there are times, and this is just my opinion, and do not hang me for my opinion, y'all. Okay? There are times that I think that we make it more difficult by making it more, because it gets even for me. I've been in a confusing space. Like,
oh no, I'm confused about what's what for sure. Her daughter was on explaining to us, and I was like,
trans sis,
and I was like, oh my God, I'm so confused. I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I'm not sleeping with you, so whatever you love you, girl, because I was confused.
I just been I was confused.
Yeah,
I get confused.
Yeah,
because I knew. But listen, I might get confused, but I'm open to learn.
Yeah.
Right.
And see, that's a big thing for people. I tell people this all the time. You might be confused on terms and this and the other, whatever, but if you are willing to learn so that you do not offend, I applaud you for that. Because there are times that I've been sitting at the table, like I went and spoke at a college in Baton Rouge, and I was, after we did the speaking, I was next to some people who said that the pronouns that they want to use is they and them. And I was like, oh my God. How am I going to
remember that?
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a trans person.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to? Which is not difficult, but when I made a mistake, I grabbed her hand. I said, hey, baby, listen. What's your name?
Yeah.
Can we start there?
Yeah. What's your name?
What is your name?
Yeah.
Let me call you by your name. And when you tell me your name, then I'll know how to form the sentence. Mm-hmm. So when the waiter came to the table, they said, they would like to order a steak, and they would talk about their partner for them, and I was just like, I was like, and I'm not shading, because you got to be careful, because they would think you shading. I was genuinely confused.
Yeah.
And I just.
So let me ask you a question. My other question, because we talk about this on the show. So the whole Malik Yoba thing came out.
This is what I want to get in.
So my thing is that I don't really like to repeat rumors, but I've heard stuff
Me
anyway.
too, and that's why
I was like,
So my thing is this. Okay, I ranted a little bit about this morning when I was on my way to get me something to eat. What I said was, I really didn't watch the deep interview about it because the streets was talking. The streets was talking, and then the side streets was talking.
Not the streets and the side streets.
I ain't know about the side streets, girl.
But the back streets, I should say the back streets.
The back streets.
We already know on the back street what they say.
Yes.
I ain't never drove down the back street.
What they saying on the back
But
street?
child,
that Malik was getting it.
It was already in the making.
Yeah.
You know, it was already going on. You know, the same way they say that about Eddie Murphy, the same way they say. Now, do I know some factual information about these people? I've only been told by other girls in my community, you know, this girl, they ain't called you yet. I know they ain't called. Oh. No, they ain't called me.
That's old info.
So basically, let me say this. So Malik is basically
He's an ally to the community.
Yes.
right,
He's an ally.
Yes.
and
He's also trans attracted.
Yes.
right.
Now, did you hear in the Breakfast? Did you watch the Breakfast?
I didn't watch that one. I just.
Okay. Can anybody tell me? Did he say that he's in a current relationship with a trans woman? Because I don't want to say anything.
I don't think he said that, but when he said his post, it was I was led to believe
That he had been in a
that
relation.
he'd been in a relation. That's what I took from his post, not even from the interview. And my thing is I think the thing is that when I saw some of the posts, I mean, black women have a huge problem with this.
Oh, yes.
They have a huge problem with it. I have a problem with it if you are not, but I think the thing
You have a problem with what? Him being with a
No, but this is the thing. But some women, let me break it down. I have a problem with it for a different reason. Some black women have a problem with it just because it's happening. They're mad.
Yes.
Because black women already feel like we can't get nobody, and now they taking our men, and we can
Girl,
barely get married.
Nobody taking your man.
Can I hold your hand and say this? Black women's, where y'all at? Black women's. You know we got the same problem because the men is sleep with other men too, okay?
Right.
And so that is my thing, and that is the problem. So what I have a problem with is I'm like, well, if he not sleeping with a transgender person, he's sleeping with another man, or he's sleeping with another woman. Either way, you fucked. Like, it don't even make no difference.
It don't.
Right.
So to try to put that on the transgender community is ridiculous because at this point, a cheater is a cheater, and they're cheating out of all holes. It don't even make no difference.
See, I love.
And let's go back to the point that it's him doing what he wants to do.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But I love that point of view. Oh, you got to come on my show. Both of you ladies have to come on the.
We would love to come.
Please.
We would love to come.
I would love it. Listen to me, girl. My rant this morning, I said, you know what, TS? Let me push Malik to the side and just use a man. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's say a man step forward and say, I'm trans attracted. Yes, you could say, I'm trans attracted. Have you had the experience?
That's different.
That's was the thing for me. And people started writing in my comment section, oh, he don't have to tell nobody what experience. Nigga,
then what was the point in saying it?
You came forward and you
there was
publicly
no point in saying
so
that.
these are my questions.
Yeah.
Because for me, if you start saying I'm trans attracted, that means, I'm just looking at him. Oh, I'm just watching the cars pass by. Did you go buy the car?
Right.
Did you drive it?
Right.
Which I
Did
think
you
that's
test drive
I think
it?
that's BS. I think I feel like he slipped up and said something, and then he didn't want to go all the way there because then you start thinking about his community and his career and things like that. Because at that point you should just go on and said it, and then the wife came out and blasted you afterwards. So what is the point at that point?
And my people, I posted it on my Instagram. The people was tearing me up in the Instagram. I said, well, girl, all I just wanted to know, it was just a simple question.
Yeah.
You say you're trans attracted. That's okay. You're being an ally, girl. Why are you not saying, or why are men not saying? That's just like men. That guy, the NFL guy. Oh God, yes, I can use that as an example. Okay, good. I don't remember his name. The NFL guy come out and said he's bisexual, but you dating a man.
Yeah.
Right? You're dating a man now. A man.
Yes.
M-A-N. Man. Bisexual means the two sexes, baby. You're with a man.
Yeah.
They've been doing that.
Yeah, but I think that's because, especially in the black community, being gay or being transgender was like taboo for many reasons, whether it be you were raised in a religious home or all those types of things. So they want to get up to that line, and they're just kind of afraid to walk over. You don't want to claim it. You don't want to claim it because you're afraid of the backlash.
You don't want to claim it.
Yeah.
To me, what trans attracted sounds like to me. Y'all can't hate me for the way I feel. Trans attracted sounds like, oh, they pretty, they look nice.
But this is the thing. I don't like to believe rumors and stuff like that.
I'm attracted to women, but I'm not sexually attracted to women.
Yeah.
You understand where I'm going with it?
Yes.
Right.
But I think that people use wordplay intentionally so they don't have to.
You can't play on me. You can't wordplay on me, sir.
You know, I mean, it's really just semantics because I think that people don't want to fully stand in their truth.
Right.
And that's unfortunate.
People cuss me out. They say, why does he have to tell if he done? I say, listen.
Because he shouldn't have said what he said if he wasn't going to just tell your full truth.
Have you done the hokey pokey? Have you stuck your left foot in and took your right foot out? You done the hokey pokey, you turn yourself around. Is that what it's all about?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. And it's not me wanting to know. I didn't say be specific and tell me
positions.
Yeah. Have you done it?
Yeah.
Have you had a sexual encounter?
And then I think the thing is, I think that that's a dangerous line that he stepped up to because if he has, you best believe somebody gonna start talking.
Well, they done been talking.
But they gonna talk on a whole platform where somebody
baby.
gonna come in and give them a check to tell all their business.
Well, you don't see them already started?
Yeah.
They already started
Yeah.
with the mess. I don't have. And this is why I have to make it very clear. I say, I've never touched this man. I've never laid fingers, eyes, toes, hands on this man. My opinion is based solely off of girl gossip.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Eddie Murphy. I've never touched Eddie Murphy. Ever. Girl gossip.
But I mean, it's entertainment, so.
The man say he picked the girl up on the avenue, gave her a ride. Okay. Mm-hmm. Trans attracted. That's what it sounded like to me. I'm trans attracted.
Yeah.
You pretty. I'll give you a ride down the street. Girl, you know that man was down there. That lady was down there.
Oh my goodness.
He on your Vans then say, call a thing a thing.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, but I just think that it takes, I think the thing about it is I feel like yourself and other people, it takes a lot of courage to stand in your truth.
But see, people not going to be as raw. This is why this is the attraction that you ladies have to me because I'm raw.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You can see other people out there and you're like, girl, we all don't watch TV. You dancing around the question.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to come right in. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I don't need any because I'm confused.
Yes.
Because he's saying, I'm trans attracted. Nobody's attacking you because you're saying you're trans. Because you people are building up ideas in their mind. Well, what is he? Is he gay? Is he this and all that? This guy come out talking about he bisexual, but which you with this man. Why nobody does not want to claim what it is?
Right, because my thing is, if you trans attracted, you won't know somebody's trans unless you go further and find that out. Right. So if you attracted to trans, that means you're attracted to the whole package of what that means.
Yeah.
Not just because what somebody looks like on the outside.
Right. But has he? If he said it, then my whole comment or my conversation is invalid. The only thing, and I don't like when people try to attack me and say, well, TS, you had no business saying that because you were part of the sex work. Yes, I'm the main one to speak about it.
Yeah, like what does that mean?
Speaking about this, 99.999% of the time, that's how the men's found us in the sex work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They found us with our titties and thangalangs and everything hanging out.
I just think that women should be more, because honestly, I won't even say I had an issue. I don't think I had a personal issue with
you didn't understand.
Transgender. I didn't understand it. And so, but I also take the space of, it is not my business to have a problem with it. I might say, is this what God wants us to do? Right. Is this what we're supposed to be doing? But at the end of the day, just like we talked about Kanye, that's his business between God. That's y'all business. I'm trying to make sure I don't bust hell wide open.
A lot of trans people don't want to look at it from a cisgender woman's perspective. Women are already. We gotta do another commercial break.
No. I had the phone covering the camera.
Women are already territorial with other women.
Period. Yeah. Yes.
Then you got a carbon, because we are carbon copies.
Yes.
You got the carbon copy coming along. It's like, wait a minute now, goddammit.
But I mean, this is the thing from a standpoint of, I have single friends. I, talk to other black women. I understand it's like a frenzy and a fear because a lot of black women will never get married, never have children. They don't have men. There's not a lot of black men to date. My thing is that, but you can't blame that on transgender women.
Some white ones and
because at the end of the day, a lot of them are gay. A lot of them are cheaters. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are in prison. So there's lots of different reasons.
I got
Especially
brothers.
that last one.
I have brothers.
Yeah.
My brothers look at me like, what? You don't like coochie? What's wrong with you? Why you don't like coochie?
Because that ain't what I like.
Those are men.
Yeah.
There's still men out there that are heterosexual men.
Right.
Maybe sometimes the ladies got their eyes on the men. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty to everybody.
Yeah, they do.
And everybody pretty to them.
Yep.
Hell, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then you got to watch the ones that got them high octaves in their voice, raising their voice. Man, don't bring none of that stuff around me. Hey, I'm watching you.
Right. Right, because y'all be the main ones.
Hey, I'm watching you.
But I think that's also the thing that a lot of women are afraid because men are not honest. They're not coming to the relationship honest with what they like and what they're doing. And people should have the option to say, I don't mind if you're doing that. If you like me, and it's us. And if you like that, you like that. But men don't do that.
They don't do that. And listen, I'm gonna send this link to the video to both of you guys so that you can watch my video from this morning. My thing was, and Erica Dixon did my show last night. Scrappy's, and Mama D's old. Oh, I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
But I love Erica.
Yes.
Erica came and did the show, and Erica and I had a conversation pre-show, off tape. And I said, Erica, let me explain something to you.
You're watching Soul Sisters on Pure Soul, powered by Isaac Hayes on Dash Radio.